Hi again. Another way to find an unknown side or an unknown angle in non-right angled triangles is to use what is known as the cosine rule. Now with the cosine rule, it explains here when we can use it. We can use it if we have three sides of a triangle, or we have two sides of the triangle and the included angle, which is the angle between the two sides that we have. So that is when we use the cosine rule. The cosine rule is here. This is the rule if we are trying to find an unknown side. The rule can be manipulated, if you like, moved around and transposed to this. So this would be the rule if we are trying to find an unknown angle. So let's look at worked example 4 from the textbook. I've already drawn the triangle. So we've got a triangle ABC. I've marked in angle A and side A being opposite angle A, etc. Now I'm going to put in the information that I have. So I have been told that side A is 6, that side C is 10, and that angle B is 76 degrees. So I'm going to mark that information in. So side A is 6, side A being opposite angle A. Side C is 10, being opposite angle C, and angle B is 76. So we would use the cosine rule here because this is an example of where we have two sides of the triangle, 1, 2, and the included angle, the angle between those two sides. We've been asked to find the third side, so we would use this form of the cosine rule. This is the form that you use when you are trying to find a side. The side we are trying to find is called side B. So we will use this one here. So we write B squared equals A squared plus C squared minus 2AC cos B. That's the rule. So now we fill in what we know. We are trying to find B squared. A is 6, we square it. C is 10, we square it. We take away 2 times 6, which is A, times 10, which is C, times by cos of angle B, which is 76. When I put that into my computer, into my calculator, B squared is equal to, or approximate, because we're going to, our calculator rounds off, approximately that. I don't want to know what B squared is, I want to know what B is, so I will take the square root of that number that I've just written above, put that into my calculator, and again rounding off to 2 decimal places, so B is approximately, it's approximately because we've rounded off, 10.34. I don't write meters or centimeters or anything because in the question here it doesn't tell me if it's meters or centimeters. But we have used the cosine rule to find the third side. Okay, continuing on, we're going to look at worked example 5 from your textbook. Worked example 5 wants us to find the smallest angle in the triangle whose sides are 4, 7 and 9. So I've marked on a triangle there, non-right angled triangle, and it doesn't tell me which is A, which is B, which is C, so I can just put them however suits me. So if I rub out the A, B, C from the side, and we'll say that this is 7, this is 4, and C is 9. It wants us to find the smallest angle. Now, first thing to note is the smallest angle is always opposite the smallest side. So it is wanting us to find this angle because it is opposite to the smallest side. We do use the cosine rule because this is an example where we have three sides. So we have 3 sides and are trying to find an angle. So going back up to the top, we use this form of the cosine rule because we are trying to find an angle. And in this case, we are trying to find angle A, so we will use this rule here. So I wrote, right, the cos of angle A, so I'm just writing my rule out here, is equal to B squared plus C squared minus A squared over 2BC. Therefore, the cos of A equals, and I just substitute in, B squared, so 7 squared plus C squared, C being 9, 9 squared, minus A, which is 4 squared. Divide that by 2 times by B, which is 7, times by C, which is 9. Putting that into my calculator, cos of A is equal to 114 is what the top works out to be, 126 the bottom. I'm trying to find an angle, so remember in my calculator I need to press the shift button, shift cos to find angle A, so A is equal to cos minus 1 or shift cos of 114 over 126. Calculator does that, so angle A is approximately 25.208765 degrees, normally written in degrees and minutes, so I press my degrees minutes button, so angle A is 25 degrees 13 minutes. So we go back up to look at the question, find the smallest angle in that triangle, and we have just done that.